The silence in my apartment was a heavy, suffocating presence. 3 months without rent. My options vanished. A knock from Mr. Hector, my landlord, whose lingering gaze unsettled me. He sought more than just the arrears, hinting that a personal favor might assist, yet I felt discomfort. Desperation, a sly negotiator, suggested a different path. I accepted. The knock on the door startled me. My worn robe, a fragile shield, felt inadequate as I held it tighter. I revealed it to him. Mr. Hector's eyes moved methodically across the room. "Patricia," he said, his voice flat and cold, "you are 3 months behind." I tightened the robe, a meaningless act. "I understand, Mr. Hector. I just need a bit more time." He entered without permission, and the cramped room tightened around him. "It's unfortunate," he said, his eyes steady, "to witness a woman like you facing such challenges." His voice was velvet over steel, beautiful yet seemingly helpless. Heat rose in my neck. "I will find a solution." He sighed, a measured expression of disappointment. "Time does not resolve unpaid debts." I explored every option, worked extra shifts, tried to borrow, and parted with cherished belongings. Nothing was sufficient. "Please," I whispered, the struggle fading. "Hold on a bit more." He observed me, a brief glimmer of something hidden in his gaze. "You're 3 months late, Patricia. There could be an alternative approach to this situation, perhaps something unconventional?" My stomach tightened. The unspoken truth was finally revealed. "What do you propose?" "Come now, Patricia," he said gently. "You possess great insight." The room grew hotter, the thin fabric of my robe providing no comfort. He lowered his voice to a whisper. "No one else needs to know. This stays between us." My heart raced, a trapped bird in a cage. He smirked, a subtle, harsh curve of his lips, clearly relishing my discomfort. "I can help resolve your financial challenges." A rough, unsteady breath left my lips. Only one option remained. Him and the grim deal he offered. I nodded, a quiet acknowledgement of despair. His smile widened, a sharp glint of victory in his gaze. He moved in, pushing limits I hadn't consented to. A sound choice. Mr. Hector guided me to the bedroom, his hold on my arm steady and calm. The air was thick, heavy with unspoken tension. His cologne, a strong scent, mixed with something deeper, striking my senses. He acted swiftly. He stood by the bed, unfastening his belt. The soft clink of the buckle broke the heavy silence. "I believe you know what is required of you, Patricia." An ice lump settled in my throat. I paused, my hands clenching at my sides. His lips formed a subtle, ambiguous shape. "Patricia, there's no reason for surprise. A deal is a deal." A strange, tense heat stirred inside me. I swallowed hard, hesitating, unsure whether to comply with the unspoken expectation. His fingers brushed my hair as I leaned in, his warmth and scent enveloping me. I leaned closer, breath held, feeling trapped in the moment. He breathed out, his fingers gripping my hair, a quiet, firm direction. The low sounds he made ignited an unexpected thrill within me. I knew I shouldn't feel this, but I did. His breath grew deeper, his body stiffened. He was fading into the moment, into me. A brief sense of control emerged from my confusion. As I settled into a disquieting rhythm, he suddenly pulled away, breathless and visibly strained. He was on the edge. His gaze conveyed expectation. I replied, not with longing but acceptance. I complied, getting onto the bed, my robe falling away as I positioned myself over him. His hands moved to my thighs, gliding over my skin, squeezing as if to remember every curve. "That's it," he said, his dark eyes fixed on mine. I bent down, positioning myself beside him. A sharp gasp slipped out as I approached, fulfilling expectations with a cold precision. He groaned, his grip firm, asserting his dominance. "You surpass my expectations." I fought against the warmth his words ignited within me. This was a transaction, plain and simple. As I moved, a deep pulse of pleasure coursed through my reluctant body. My body betrayed me, responding with a disturbing eagerness, a craving I feared. I bit my lip, fighting to maintain a neutral expression, while a quiet heat coiled within me with each movement. "Go on, Patricia," he pressed, his voice tight. He pressed me to pretend I supported this choice. His grip was steady, directing me. I followed his command, quickening my pace, my breath shallow and uneven. Every movement triggered a surge of forbidden feeling, blurring the line of denial. He looked at me with a smirk, as if he could see right through my facade. He smirked, seeing my silence as agreement. He murmured, "No, I lied." My breath hitched as I quickened my pace. His grip tightened, our bodies aligning in a steady rhythm, the tension between us deepening. I clenched my jaw, fighting to silence the truth of my body's response. "Keep going," he growled, his control faltering, eyes fixed on mine, absorbing every movement, every silent response. I pressed my nails into his chest, clinging tightly as a deep pleasure surged within me, on the verge of overflowing. His breath caught, his body stiffened beneath me. With a final shuddering breath, his hands held me still as he reached his peak. I followed moments later, my body shaking from the sudden intensity. I stifled my moans, my face blank as I fell onto him, my body vibrating with the aftershock. We lay there, breathing heavily, skin warm and damp. Slowly I shifted away, sitting at the bed's edge. I remained silent. Words were unnecessary. I understood the truth within. I found inexplicably pleasure in every moment. He had, without a doubt. I sat on the bed, wrapping my robe around me, though it offered little concealment for what was already revealed. My skin tingled, breath unsteady. His gaze lingered, silent and expectant. "You caught me off guard, Patricia." His voice returned to a smooth, amused tone. "Your enjoyment surprised me." A spark of warmth within. I let it pass. "It was merely a deal," I whispered. He laughed softly. "That's what you need to think." Silence lingered between us. I expected to feel shame, yet I remained untouched. Not completely. A part of me liked it more than I cared to acknowledge. He then offered another proposition. I looked at him. "What are you saying?" He rested against the headboard, shirt unbuttoned, his face a blank slate. "This brought you satisfaction." "I understand you did." He implied that others could value what I provided. I tensed. "That can't be serious." "Not at all." He observed me intently. "You claimed you had no choices left. Yet they need not be. This skill can lead to profit." I gasped. "That's unusual." "This was merely." I paused, speechless. "What is it?" His smirk grew. "Could you help me? Only for amusement?" I looked away, thoughts swirling. I should have felt disgust. I wasn't, because he was right. I enjoyed it. The idea of trying again, of being desired, of having control, of creating something from nothing felt within reach. "It's your choice," he said, rising and buttoning his shirt. "You can choose not to agree. However, I understand." He suggested future arrangements with lucrative clients. A shiver coursed through me. Not one but two. I swallowed. It should have been a simple no, yet it wasn't. "What is the cost?" His smirk grew. "Surpassing all your past earnings in one night." I breathed out, my heart racing in my ears. One night. 2 men. A choice that alters everything. I raised my chin and nodded. "Understood." Mr. Hector smiled faintly, picking up his phone. "Well done. I will call." The following evening I faced the mirror, adjusting a new dress on my hips. It was snug, cut low, exposing just enough. Mr. Hector chose it himself, along with heels that elongated my legs more than I recalled. The woman in the mirror was unrecognizable. I adjusted my hair, hands trembling slightly. What made me anxious? My choice was made. No turning back now. "You look perfect," Mr. Hector murmured from the doorway. His gaze lingered, deliberate and affirming. "They will care for you." I took a deep breath, releasing it slowly. "Who are they?" He smirked at his friends. "Those who give freely. Wish them well, Patricia, and your worries about rent will fade away." A knock at the door. I paused. They arrived. Mr. Hector's smirk grew more pronounced. "It's time." I faced the door, heart racing, hand on the handle. I opened it. 2 men stood, eyes shadowed, faces impassive. They stood by me. I guided them into the room, heart racing, each step heavy with expectation. My heels tapped against the floor, the air thick with tension. They were near, their gaze fixed, 2 men focused entirely on me. I accepted this. Part of me oddly desired this. Yet a tension stirred within me, a hint of doubt, a flash of thrill. The taller one, broad-shouldered and confident, reached for me first. His touch rested at my waist, firm and intentional, fingertips pressing lightly, as if memorizing every curve. The other stood close, lean and sharp-eyed, quietly watching. His warm breath on my shoulder sent a shiver down my spine. "Let's handle this," he whispered, his fingers grazing the strap of my dress, playing with the fabric as our eyes locked. Layers fell away, fabric drifting down effortlessly. Hands moved, discovering, valuing as cool air touched my skin. I reached forward and turned, my fingertips tracing the firm lines beneath their clothes, gauging their response. They watched me, unblinking, expectant. I exhaled slowly. I knew what they needed and I was ready to deliver. I moved deliberately, fingers unfastening their belts slowly, sensing the tension that lay hidden between us. Breaths deepened, muscles shifted as I explored, warmth against my touch. A soft sound emerged from the first man, a deep note of appreciation, as he tilted my chin upward, his gaze holding something unreadable. He murmured, his voice smooth, tinged with darkness. A familiar heat coursed through me, thrilling yet perilous under their gaze. Their gaze pressed in, unsettling my peace, as they awaited my choice. I leaned in, welcoming him, savoring the heat, tracing his form with intent. He inhaled sharply, fingers weaving through my hair, guiding me with a light touch. The second man remained present, my other hand focused on him, teasing, eliciting every response. His breath caught, fingers grazing my jaw as he focused intently on me. Their presence, the soft sounds, the tension in the air, it brought a slow warmth to my stomach. "That's it," one of them whispered, voice laden with satisfaction. The words hit me again, a sudden surge within. They allowed me to move freely, to explore, to immerse myself in them. One of them shifted back, clearing his throat to regain focus. "Come here," he said, voice calm and firm. "We are beginning." I lay on the mattress, breath unsteady, body alive with tension. The man stood between my legs, his fingertips tracing slow circles on my inner thighs, building tension. He moved closer, his hand on my chin, tilting my face to meet his gaze, which held a quiet intensity. "Let's discover your sweetness," the first said, his voice deep and amused. He leaned in, his breath warm on my skin, and a shudder coursed through me at the first touch. A sharp gasp caught in my throat as his lips moved over me, his touch slow and deliberate. My fingers clenched the sheets, each movement sending a ripple of sensation through me. The second man leaned in, his mouth grazing mine before the kiss deepened, our lips parting. I welcomed him, allowing his warmth to envelop me, silencing the sounds of pleasure rising within us. They moved in sync, one unraveling me with his mouth, the other pulling me deeper into the kiss, fingers threading through my hair, holding me tight. "She's remarkable," one whispered, admiration evident in his tone. I felt no nerves, no hesitation. I desired more, and they noticed. They moved me with ease, directing me, placing me where I belonged, as if they understood my needs. Repositioned, my body responded as my mind drifted away, a steady pressure creating a deep, persistent warmth within me. My breath caught, fingers gripping the sheets as my body acclimated to him. He groaned, his grip firm, his movements steady, savoring each moment. A man stepped closer, his fingers brushing my jaw, urging me to look up. "Let me feel you." I opened my lips, inviting him in, feeling his warmth against me, our breaths intertwining in a steady rhythm. He whispered, his thumb grazing my cheek, fingers entwined in my hair. They moved as one, guiding me. One steadied my body, the other held my gaze. A soft sound slipped from my lips, causing the man before me to draw in a quick breath, his fingers tightening on my skin. Behind me, the second man moved, his pace smooth, eliciting a gasp as warmth surged within me. "You enjoy this, right?" One of them whispered, voice laced with knowing tease. I whimpered, my body revealing the truth in each movement, each sound. I did. I cherished each moment. They had more to do. They moved me again, lifting and shifting me into a new position, guiding me precisely where they wanted. I was atop the first man, his hands steady on my hips, his gaze locked with mine, a hint of satisfaction on his lips. He hoped I was willing, but uncertainty lingered. His grip tightened slightly, steadying me. I breathed out slowly, moving closer with a practiced ease. A warmth grew within me, the stretch sending a shiver down my spine. His head rested on the pillows, a soft groan escaping as I shifted closer. Yet, the second man lingered. His touch was light, probing fingers tracing the curve of my back, anticipating my response. A breath escaped me, anticipation tightening in my stomach, hesitation mingling with a stronger desire. He leaned in, his breath warm against my ear. "Take your time," he said quietly. "I will lead you." I breathed out, my body tightening, shifting, slowly accepting as he moved closer. The heat grew, time elongated, bodies moved in sync. "That's it," one of them sighed, "just like that." I couldn't identify the speaker, lost in the moment, overwhelmed by their movement, their touch, their breath, their bodies in sync with mine. They moved together, one stabilizing my hips, the other drawing near, their actions deliberate, measured. The pressure rose, coursing through me, my breath quickening as the sensation tightened. "You're incredible," one murmured, voice reverent, filled with raw emotion. She caught his gaze, fingers brushing my spine. A shiver ran through me, utterly absorbed. I was there. I had to let go. The tension within me reached its limit, a deep pull that unraveled me, warmth flooding my body in waves. A sharp inhale from beneath me, fingers pressing into my skin, body tensing as rhythm faltered. A low groan behind me, grip steadying me as he let go, following right after. The moment lingered, silent and vast, before dissolving into warmth. Silence enveloped the room, marked only by the steady rhythm of our breaths. A new understanding emerged in the silence that followed. I didn't expect to enjoy it or to crave more. Yet life in its harshness stripped away my illusions, leading to an awakening I hadn't sought but could no longer ignore. It was not about right or wrong, but facing the complex truths within when pushed to the limit. This path was not my choice, yet it became mine. On it I discovered a strength and resilience I never knew I had.